A few days ago, I had made a video saying that my PC was completely destroyed. That was not clickbait whatsoever. As a matter of fact, it's still kind of not great. I have proof of that, which I'll show you guys in a little bit. But at the end of that video, I showed you guys that we had to factory reset that entire PC, and that was not clickbait. It is factory reset. Matter of fact, half the stuff runs a lot better than it ever has. So maybe it was just a matter of like, that was the best thing that I could have ever done. It kind of sucks that I had to do that, but I'm still having issues. And the issues when I'm running programs, running videos, doing anything that isn't out of the ordinary, my screen flickers a lot. And matter of fact, it lags my PC and you can actually hear it. Now I thought this was like an SSD thing or a hard drive or whatever, maybe a CPU thing. Turns out my buddy Brad was like, hey man, I think it could be your RAM. So this is my proof. Given everything that has happened to this PC so far, we are now running a Windows memory diagnostic, which this means is basically it's checking the RAM to see if it's good or not. Now this is DDR4 RAM. I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently RAM could either be lasting for 2 months, could last for 2 years, could last for 6 months. It just depends. I've had this RAM now for about a year or two, maybe 3 years actually from the original RAM that's put in there, but the ones that were aftermarket that I put in myself, they've been there for about a year and a half. Right now this Windows memory diagnostic is doing 2 passes to really see what's going on with all the hardware. As you guys can see, there are hardware problems that are detected, which isn't good. Now, obviously, we don't know what the hardware that is faulty, we don't know what it is, but hopefully with this tool or this test, we'll be able to find out. Now, if it is the RAM that is bad, it's really not the biggest deal. Because I'll tell you this, RAM is not that expensive. Normally, the only parts that are expensive are a CPU, GPU, and I guess if you want to really talk about like a power supply, I mean, going above like $100. I mean, theoretically, you can go above $100 with any of the components and make sure if they run well with each other. I can't think of the right word. But this is the RAM. Those little 4 sticks that are by the CPU cooler or like behind the lines of it. They're not that expensive to replace. I mean, if they have to, I could literally go to Best Buy and just get them. Which theoretically, you can go to Best Buy or any store nowadays and just get any PC part. But if you want to get the nicer ones, you know, you might have to wait a little bit. But hopefully it's just the RAM. And if it's not, then we're screwed. Listen guys, if it's a CPU, which I don't think it is, but if it's a CPU, we're in deep shit. But I don't think the CPU is bad, just because of the fact that the PC still does turn on. Now, I'm not sure what a bad CPU would look like, but we can guesstimate. I do really hate how it says to identify and repair these problems, you will need to contact the computer manufacturer. I can tell you this, I am not contacting Digital Storm ever again. I've gone through, like I said, 4 or 5 different servicemen, and they've all told me different things. As a matter of fact, I think my PC was really just screwed up from the very beginning. Now, since the winter is almost over, the spring is right around the corner, I hope to God that this PC makes it through. Been Ultimate Warrior. Come on, guy, you're almost there. You're almost there to the finish line. If you guys can't tell, I'm just trying to create a positive mindset and positive mood at this point in time because I don't know what the hell's wrong. Oh, we're 97% now. It is now officially running past 2 out of 2. This took literally 30 minutes just to do 1 pass. So I'll be back in 30 minutes or an hour. Here we go, boys, the home stretch. Now, I thought it was supposed to give me some sort of result, but it's not saying any result. It's literally just like the home screen again. We got the first notification, so the memory actually does have a problem. So I think it is the RAM. I really love how this says memory problems can cause your computer to lose information or stop working. Oh, the computer stopped working. I don't know about lose information, except for the fact that what I did, but definitely stopped working. There's just so many errors. Wait, so all these red things are errors? Yeah. Wow. It's a lot. So the test failed because there's too many errors. So we're in a little situation here where we're taking out the RAM and actually having an experiment with it. So we've taken them out of the slots, I believe it's slots 1 and 3, and so far so good. These guys might be the culprit. So no joke, this process again took hours upon hours. It is now 6:30. I think we had this issue going on around like 1 or 2 p.m. Turns out it was the RAM. Believe it or not, it was only 1 stick of RAM, meaning out of the 4, which are 8 gigabytes at 3200 megahertz, all DDR4 RAM, only 1 was really bad. So given that, we got a good one here, we got the bad one, and then we got the 2 good ones that are still in here. However, with RAM, you can't just put in 3. You have to put them in as pairs. So essentially what we're gonna do now is, off camera, I'm gonna go to Best Buy and I'm gonna get new RAM. Now, given that I'm getting new RAM, I actually can't use the same old ones that I had. So these guys here that are good, I can't use them. I'm gonna end up having to use the 2 sets of 16 gigabytes, which is gonna equal to 32. So instead of having 4 sticks, I'm only gonna have 2 sticks now. With that being said, I'm gonna see you guys when I actually get back with the RAM. Dun, da, da, da. We got the new RAM, 16 gigabytes or 32 gigabytes of 1 pair. Awesome, cool. We're gonna go ahead and put this in the PC right now and take out all of these guys because these guys are, well, technically bad. Again, you can't run DDR4 RAM that is not in pairs. I'm sure this is the same thing with DDR5, but we're gonna try and sell the good ones at least. And if we can't, then looks like that X is about to be on 3 of these, or 3 more of these. So first things first, I gotta lay this guy down. I gotta take actually all these things off, and then bring this guy down. So we have this guy down. We're gonna take the screen off, and then we're gonna unplug it, which I probably should unplug it first so I don't get electrocuted like I did the first time, which was off camera. But I got this, 2 screws. I'm gonna go ahead and unplug it. Okay. So I'm basically putting the new sticks of RAM in the exact same location that these guys are in right now. So I know there's not a lot of lights, so let me get this real quick. It's gonna be in quadrant 2 and 4. So I'm actually looking at this upside down. So again, quadrants 2 and 4. Let's get this. All right, so we got unplugged. So we're gonna do 1. All right, so that's 1 RAM right there. We're gonna go ahead and put the other one in. Oh, look at that, brand new RAM. Ooh, she looked pretty. She was definitely expensive, I can tell you that right now. So this is by Corsair, actually. The other one was a Viper. I don't know really the difference in the brands, but we're about to find out. Okay. Oh. It's a little bit weird to put RAM in. Oh my god, I hope it fits. Bro, why is it not fitting? Uh-oh. I'm not kidding. This isn't fitting. Oh, that ain't good. Wait, why is this not fitting? Is this not the same size? It is. This is really weird. So this is what it looks like up close. This is the Corsair Vengeance, but this is the old RAM, and it's by Viper. But look at that. They're the exact same size. I just don't know why this one's not fitting. Was that it? Huh. I mean, now it's running. Well, alright. It kept turning on and off. So it's good.
Okay, so because it went through the thing.
So I have to turn it off again?
Yep.
Okay. Alright. Oh god. God, man. Like I said, I learn new things about PCs every single video that I make, whether it's a troll or not. So today, I learned that when you're doing DDR4 RAM, or when you're just implementing new RAM in general, you have to watch out for it to be compatible with the motherboard and so on and so forth. So let me give you a few examples, because when I say stuff, you're gonna be like, what? Just research on your own at that point. This here is a DDR4 RAM stick that is a 3200 megahertz. So apparently, which I didn't know this was a thing, but these little pins here, so this row here that you see that's all gold, these are the pins that go into the pin slots in the motherboard. Well, the pins have to match up in order for it to fit. So when you guys were seeing me struggle with the other one, it's because the other pins actually did not work. So matter of fact, that motherboard right there cannot physically handle more than 8 gigabytes of RAM per stick. Now I say that confidently because fortunately ASUS has a whole list of the type of RAM that you can have within the motherboard. So, there's this thing called a 4 DIMM. I have no idea what that means, and I still have no idea what that means. I probably never will. But, essentially, if the RAM does not match up with the 4 DIMM on the motherboard, then it's not good. So, I'm fairly certain that I may be able to get a 16 gigabytes of 4 RAM sticks, but I'm not going to. I'm confusing myself at this point. But, essentially what's happening is that, this here is about to be broken. The other 3 are going to be kind of sold in a couple weeks, just so that I can actually get the new ones in. I'm no longer actually having 3200 megahertz of the RAM, which, if you guys didn't know, the higher the frequency, the faster it reads. So unfortunately, I'm going to 2666 megahertz, which is even worse, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. So, given that, this PC is a never-ending catastrophe. And those of you that don't know, RAM is extremely I don't think you can even break this. I can't even remotely bend it. Anyway, something also tragic is that apparently 2 of these were from different types of brands, which I mean they were all Viper gaming brand, but they were 2 different sets, even though they were similar, which makes no sense. But one of them went bad, which is the whole reason why we're even at this stage, and the whole reason why this PC was quote-unquote destroyed. But this one's good, so I just probably gotta just put this one somewhere, like, I don't know, maybe right there. I don't know. So yes, unfortunately we're now at 16 gigabytes of RAM instead of 32. It sucks. But, you know, at least we solved the problem, which was huge. It could have been the CPU, which would have been way worse. So instead of like $100 fix, it would have been like a $500 or $600 fix, and possibly the motherboard. And then you have to go through thermal pasting and everything, and it's just like, no. So, you got that. Great. Awesome. God, what else do we want to put negative in this video? Also, me and my dad were talking about the differences between a workstation and a gaming PC or streaming PC, whichever you feel is necessary to compare. And, you know, it's really the GPU and the CPU's difference, which isn't really worth it to get a workstation that's pre-built for $2,500 or a gaming PC that's pre-built for $2,000. Reality is, it's still the fact of build your own. That way you can find parts that are compatible with each other, and that way you can get the PC that you want. Because otherwise you'll be in the situation that I'm in, where you buy pre-build, you try and upgrade it, and it fails miserably. But anyways guys, that's it for this video. I'm not even gonna wait until the other RAM comes in because there's no point. Now, at least we figured it out, that the RAM was one RAM stick was the whole issue of this entire scenario of a 6-hour, 7-hour long ordeal. But that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.